It doesn't matter whether or not the person that is accosting your son or daughter or my son or daughter, my wife, your husband, my mother, your parents, it doesn't matter whether or not they were deprived as a youth. It doesn't matter or not whether or not they had no background that enabled them to become socialized into the fabric of society. It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society. The end result is they're about to knock my mother on the head with a lead pipe, shoot my sister, beat up my wife, take on my sons. So I want to ask, what made them do this? They must be taken off the street.
But I'm going to explain a few things that'll probably get suppressed on this algorithm. Here's the deal. All of you left, bleeding heart liberals, Democrats, like I understand you guys really believe that you are for equality, the betterment of society, okay? People's rights, humanitarian rights, inclusiveness. I understand that. You're not really bad people. So you look at the people on the right and then you're like, wow, they're terrible, money-hungry, warmongering criminals that want to take away our rights. Both sides are the same, okay? There's very few politicians that have something called integrity. They're more interested in their next campaign and winning that. They're going to tell you whatever you want to hear, and you're gonna buy it. And for some reason, you're still buying it. I don't know why. I don't understand why anybody in the last few years would be happy with the current administration. We knew the man was not himself years ago. He was very confused. He was reading over a teleprompter. He wasn't like really running anything himself. With that being said, I mean, it was obvious they were going to take him out and then just install Harris and try to bring her up as some kind of like hero that's going to save democracy and save us from the evil, Donald Trump guy. Question this. Like, why is Donald Trump even the GOP nominee? Like why? My theory is because, I mean, look at the news, look at the chaos, look at all the stuff that they can do. And why would CNN air Donald Trump and Biden in a June debate? Why? Unprepared. Biden was completely sundowning during the debate. They showed that on purpose, okay? That was done so that people would start saying, oh no, we've got to replace Biden. So that was just all strategic. Wake up. They have a plan. Their plan is not good. It's not for you. The Democrats, for one, they are in bed with the Republicans, okay? I'm going to show you a clip of all the Republicans that are endorsing Harris.
As for the 2024 campaign, some 200 former staff members for George W. Bush, John McCain, and Mitt Romney, all Republicans, released a letter to USA Today endorsing Kamala Harris for president. They say they disagree with her on policy, but they believe she would be best for the institution of democratic institutions and the U.S. government. In the meantime,
It hides in plain sight. Epstein was hiding in plain sight. We all knew about him. We all knew what he was doing. But we had no one that was, legal aspect that would go after him. They were afraid of him. For whatever reason, they were afraid of him.
Right? And then you've got Democrats endorsing Trump, the ones that have actually been like, wow, this party is not the same party anymore. They're sick of the wars. They're sick of the money. The same people that you complain about on the GOP are they're the Democrats. The people that you claim that you don't want in office are the ones that you're putting in office. Obama, Bush, they're all in bed together. You do realize that. You could sit here and say, oh well, Bush this, Bush that. Bush did horrible atrocities. Bush lied. He lied about weapons of mass destruction. Thousands of people got unalived. Okay, this is the guy in his administration that's backed Obama. He's backed Biden. He's backed now Harris.
Those weapons of mass destruction got to be somewhere. Nope, no weapons over there.
So, question that. Why did RFK Jr. Why do you think RFK Jr.'s brain was eaten by worms? Why do you believe that? Why do you believe he's an anti-vaxxer when he actually got the COVID vaccine? Have you listened to anything he said?
I mean, I've never been anti-vaccine. I'm called anti-vaccine because that's a way of kind of marginalizing and discrediting me in the view of the public. But I had all my children vaccinated. I was fully vaccinated.
Do you form any opinion for yourself by listening to hours of podcasts and interviews? Because I do that. I truly do that. I listen to RFK Jr. for hours. I listen to him on policy. He wants to gut the government. That's why they won't let him in there. You get that, right? He wants to go after big corporations, big pharma, the FDA, Food and Drug Administration. These people that you are voting for, that you think is so great, they're literally represent everything you claim to be against. The Glass-Steagall Act, the Democrats all voted. It was unanimous.
If we're still operating in the 1930s or 40s in terms of our financial services.
And what is your biggest regret?
My biggest regret are a couple of votes I cast. I wish I had never voted to repeal the legislation limiting banks what they could do, Glass-Steagall. I wish that I had been more persuasive and better able to end the crisis on Cyprus. These bank bailouts. We have a $35 trillion deficit. Money printing. It's not going to last. It's not. The money printing is causing you not to be able to afford anything, from healthcare to a house to the increase with your homeowner's insurance. I mean, it is just tax after tax after tax, hidden taxes, secret taxes. Our country was built because we were supposedly against all of that. We wanted freedom. And now we are being robbed of our freedoms and our freedom of speech through censorship and the programming and the news that just puts out the same stuff to program, which is why people literally believed all these bad things about RFK Jr., didn't listen to him speak at all. I understand why you don't like Trump's personality. I get it completely. I think RFK Jr. would have been the best choice, but the Democrats don't really want what they're claiming that they want. They're not doing what they're claiming they're going to do. What are they going to do? What have they done for you in the last 4 years? What are they going to do going forward? What are you going to do when you find out that there's a recession and a financial collapse and an everything bubble and it's all about to pop? What are you going to do? What will Kamala Harris do? They're the ones making waves with Putin. You know that. It's bad foreign policy. Okay? You've got this big bad dictator, so you're just going to poke the bear? Wake up. Biden drafted the 1994 crime bill to make crack cocaine. Okay? He's the one that caused, the inner city, African Americans to go to jail. He created that bill. Powdered cocaine didn't have as big of a restriction. It was
no question that crime bill contributed to America's mass incarceration problem.
1994 crime bill, we had a gigantic epidemic in America of violence, particularly in African American communities. The notion was overwhelmingly supported. It was supported by the Black Caucus in the United States Senate.
These Democrats, the Democrats are not doing anything for you. They're not for you. And it's I don't know why you don't get it. And I'm not even saying the GOP is great. It's they're both bad, okay? And so then we got to find somebody who's not in that. But they won't allow that, you see?